Good morning, welcome to another SK Wealth Academy vlog. And today I want to talk about the societal constructs by which most of us live the majority of our lives and never question. And we think we are actually making a choice, but we are making a choice within a very narrowly defined set of choices. And it's not really, we're not really exercising free will, I would argue, for most of us from age 6 to about age 65. And I titled this vlog, "No One Would Choose to Live Like This," because realistically, if we weren't born into certain societal constructs already predetermined for us to journey through life within. And if it wasn't pre-engineered for us, so for example, if there were 10,000 of us and say we were the first generation on this island, cut off from the rest of the world, so we didn't know what the academic system looked like, we didn't know what their currency system looked like that was used for the exchange of goods and services, and we didn't know that we're supposed to go to school till age 21 and then go on a corporate work path and work in some box in the sky for the majority of us from 21 to 65, and for the majority of us, again, do something we don't like, that doesn't improve our lives, doesn't enhance our lives, doesn't improve the lives of our communities in which we live or the people we most affect within our jobs, that we're spending the majority of our waking hours in some box in the sky, then I guarantee you none of us would ever choose to live like this if we actually had to come up with these societal constructs on our own. And I'm saying that I've spoken to people about this topic, and some people say, I never even thought about that for a second. And then I'll see them 3 months later, and some people say, hey, just having that conversation with you changed my entire life, because it made me look at life from a whole different perspective and realize how glorious and beautiful life could be if we actually made our own choices. So what I mean by this is there's three major societal constructs by which we live. One is the academic system, right? That teaches us that the whole goal of our academic lives is not education, but to be behaviorally conditioned to obey those in authority, to obey and believe that which we are told by others in positions of power in society, not to think for ourselves, because if you're really being honest with yourselves, most academic systems, most institutional academic classrooms do not promote, do not encourage, do not foster critical thinking, but foster more behavioral conditioning. And the primary goal is the achievement of high exam scores, which does not mean you're smart just because you can achieve high scores. And I'm telling you that as a fact of the academic system. Before I realized all this stuff I'm telling you in this video, before I applied to graduate school to get into an MBA program, I studied for like 2 weeks and then scored in the 93rd, 94th percentile, which means 6%, 7% of people in the nation scored better than me. All I did was study for 2 weeks because I learned the tricks of how to become a good test taker. So you can score 95, 96 out of 100 on the exam and not really be educated at all because you're not a critical thinker. It's more about rote memorization, learning tricks as far as how to answer questions. So the whole point of the academic system and achieving a high GPA, achieving high exam scores so you can get that good job is not educating at all. So I'm telling you, we would not. And then our whole definition of success as far as material wealth, if that was not what we were born into, because we're born into believing certain societal constructs and this is how we should live our life. If we're on this island that was isolated from the rest of the world and we're coming up with our own societal constructs, I guarantee you none of us would find this acceptable. None of us would choose to live like this way, yet the majority of us choose to live like this way. Because when you think about it, okay, so from ages 6 to 21, you're in this academic system that doesn't educate, that doesn't improve your life, that doesn't even teach you how to be happy. That's something we're addressing very, very seriously in our SK Wealth Academy, which we're going to launch soon. That it doesn't improve your life. And then from 21 to 65, you ask most people, they don't even like what they do. They say, this is just survival. I'm doing this to survive. But shouldn't we all be living? Because life is beautiful. We're not taking advantage of that. So we live kind of like robots from 6 to 21, and then from 21 to 65 until the age we retire, we're living like robots again, not really pursuing and fulfilling what our purpose in life is, and not really pursuing our passions, our creative passions, stuff that really makes us feel alive, stuff that contributes to society. So if you look at historically what some of the high-paying careers have been in recent times, like banking, even I think it was Paul Volcker, who was the ex-chairman of the U.S. Central Bank. He said the only positive thing, even this is a banker admitting this, he said the positive thing the banking community has contributed to society in 25 years, he said, was the ATM machine, because that saved us the convenience of having to go to the bank to get our cash. But even now they're going to just get rid of cash and coins and try to control us more through 100% digital currencies. So that's a whole nother video I'm going to make about the possibilities of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies being a Trojan horse. So we adopt our own future enslavement, just like we've adopted these certain systems that have become known as the matrix, which we can't seem to escape, and we believe we're exercising free will and we're not. Because when you think about it, most people only do what they really want to do in life after they retire at age 65. So say it's 65 to 85 and they live 20 more years. That's only a quarter of your life. 20 out of 85, less than a quarter of your life, that you're really living life the way you want to live life. So this is just something to think about. Let me know if you agree below that, were we all born, the first generation, with no knowledge of the systems by which we confine because it is confinement, which we confine ourselves, because there's other ways to pursue education. I'm not saying education is important. Education is extremely important. But the fact of the matter is that most institutional academic classrooms, no matter even the top ones like Oxford, Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Penn, because I went to one of those schools, does not provide real, true education and critical thinking skills. So will we be pursuing education in a much different way than the institutional academic system today? Would we be exchanging goods and services and come up with a completely different payment system? I would say yes, we would, because no currency system like the one that exists today, fiat currencies, right, that constantly devalue and where you're losing enormous amounts of your savings that you work so hard to accumulate. For example, I've been traveling around in Southeast Asia for the last 10 years pretty consistently, and I would say in the past 10 years I've been in some countries where the US dollar has lost about 33%, about 1/3 of its purchasing power. That is ridiculous, because if I work really hard to save 100,000, say it was like I'm a millionaire, multimillionaire, I save $10 million. You're saying 3.3 million of that purchasing power is gone just by sitting on it. That is ludicrous. But we wouldn't accept this type of currency system we have today, but yet we also would not even accept cryptocurrencies. But that's a vlog for an entirely different day, so I'm not going to broach that subject today. And then finally, as far as the career path, just being able to and having as a life mission, which a lot of us really blindly accept, the life mission is to get as much material wealth as possible so we can have fancier, more expensive things than our neighbors. That is what the majority of society aspires to. I've spoken to a lot of people about this. This is all what they see as success. So at SK Wealth Academy, man, we want to smash that definition of success. We want to make it more holistic. We want to include happiness as part of that picture. And so let me know what you think. Please do comment below, because by commenting below and by liking this, you're going to help spread this message. If you want this message to spread, please just don't watch it and leave. Do comment below, do like it, do subscribe, and do send it to other people that you think might take away something from this message. And as always, remember you can follow us at Snapchat, SK Wealth Academy, S for smart, K for knowledge. Our Instagram tag is the same thing, SK Wealth Academy. And please stay tuned for our Indiegogo campaign under SK Wealth Academy to be launched end of October, early November as well. And that will help us complete our SK Wealth Academy. If that is something that sounds interesting to you, you can go to my website, smartknowledgeu.com, and download the fact sheet there, because our fact sheet that describes SK Wealth Academy in full is at that website. Thanks a lot for watching. Remember, always remain intensely curious, because Curiosity will promote education, will promote critical thinking. Until next time, take care everyone. Have a beautiful day.